So I want to talk about a couple of things on this. Uh, Number one, we go hard on law enforcement here because the truth is law enforcement has been disproportionately over aggressive, overreaching in a lot of different cases, particularly as it relates to its interaction with many black men and people of color throughout the United States. However, the truth is that they've also moved a lot of decent white people off the board. It just seems that when that happens, it doesn't seem to be so much of an outcry, in particular when it's a white cop killing white people. When black cops kill black people in black areas, it's also not that much of a deal. But for some reason, when white cops kill black people, at least in recent times, that has been okay. Now we need to activate. Now we need to speak to these injustices. Do I agree with that assessment? No, I don't. I think that all lives are important, and that any kind of police injustice and police overreach is egregious. It needs to be met with severe force and curtailed and eliminated and minimized as soon as possible, as soon as any occurrence, wherever that occurrence may be, and to whatever group of people that occurrence may transpire, it needs to be eliminated immediately. Okay. However, as far as on the other side of the scale, with citizens now in many places, I'm in the Twin Cities right now. This is the epicenter of change as it relates to law enforcement and the whole George Floyd scenario, pretty much being a turning point on this whole law enforcement situation and how these killings are seen. Now, what happened here in Minneapolis, where the George Floyd incident occurred, is that many within the Minneapolis Police Department were indeed corrupt. That's actual fact. There was a lot going on there. They had discriminatory practices as it related to just law enforcing in the area. Now, granted, Minneapolis is one of those cities where it's tough. There's a mixed group of people. There's a lot of different disparities, a lot of different things going on that could make it tough for law enforcement to enforce laws. In scenarios like that, when it's tough, it doesn't mean revert to oppression and discriminatory practices of just policing the poor, the underprivileged, and the colored. Okay. Historically, that's been the case. That's no longer tolerable. So, being as though that's no longer tolerable, it seems to me that folks are having a difficult time really figuring out. Okay, so if we can't do it this way, then what way do we do it? We don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do.